This is a testimony of what will happen on Earth very soon. If you are seeing this video today, it means you are at the right place and at the right time. I will encourage you to watch this video to the end to fully understand everything that was said. I'm going to read it as it was sent to us. No part has been taken out or added. Relax and listen to the testimony. My name is Lena Vasquez, and I'm 34 years old. I work as a nurse in the emergency room at St. Mary's Hospital in Phoenix. Or at least I used to work there before it happened. Before I died and came back with a message nobody wanted to hear. Before we continue, please let me know where you're listening from. It would be nice to feel closer, even if we're physically apart. Also, don't forget to like. It will help this video to reach so many people who need to listen to this testimony, and leave a comment, share your thoughts about this near-death experience testimony. Let's have a fair and open discussion so we can learn from each other here on this channel, and don't forget to subscribe for more of this content coming your way. Enjoy listening. I wasn't always bitter about life, but working in the ER for 8 years will do that to you. You see too much pain, too much death, too many people who could have made better choices. My faith died somewhere between the third overdose of the week and watching a mom lose her kid to a drunk driver. By July 2025, I was just going through the motions, showing up to work, doing my job, and going home to my empty apartment. That night, July 12th, was like any other night shift. Hot summer evening in Phoenix with the usual crowd of accidents, overdoses, and bar fights. I was tired, real tired, but I had bills to pay, so I stayed late to pick up some overtime. Finally got off around 3 a.m. and drove home in my beat-up Honda Civic. I don't remember much about the accident. Police said later that a semi-truck ran a red light and hit me on the driver's side. My car went flying into the canal that runs alongside Indian School Road. The water was deeper than usual from the monsoon rains we'd been having. What I do remember is drowning. The car filled up with water so fast I couldn't get my seatbelt off. I fought and fought trying to break the window with my fist, but nothing worked. The water came up over my face and I couldn't hold my breath anymore. The last thing I thought was how stupid it was to die like this after all the people I'd tried to save. Then everything went dark. But dark didn't last long. I found myself standing in what looked like space, but not cold space. Warm space filled with light that didn't hurt my eyes. Below me, I could see Earth, but it looked different somehow. More beautiful, more alive than I'd ever seen it before. Then I heard a voice, not with my ears, but in my head, in my heart, in every part of me. The voice was gentle but so powerful it made me want to fall down. "Lena," the voice said, and I knew without knowing how that it was Jesus. The same Jesus I'd stopped believing in years ago. "You must see what is coming." Before I could ask what he meant, the scene below me changed. I was looking down at Earth, but it was September now. I don't know how I knew, but I did. September 2025. The first thing I saw was the moon. It turned red like blood, but not from an eclipse. This was different. The red was deeper, darker, like the moon was bleeding. All over the world, people stopped what they were doing and looked up. Some fell to their knees right there in the streets. Others ran around screaming. But most just stood there, staring with their mouths open. Then something happened that made the moon look normal by comparison. Stars started moving in the sky, not falling, but moving slowly, purposefully, until they formed a perfect cross right above Jerusalem. The cross blazed with light brighter than the sun, but somehow people could look at it without going blind. That's when the sound came. I can't describe what it sounded like because there's nothing on earth to compare it to. It was like music, but not music. Like singing, but not singing. Like every beautiful sound you ever heard all mixed together and played at once. It came from everywhere at the same time, from the sky, from the ground, from inside your chest. Some people heard it and fell down worshiping. Others heard it and covered their ears, screaming like it was torture. The difference seemed to be what was in their hearts. I watched all this happen and felt something break open inside me. All the anger, all the bitterness, all the years of telling myself God didn't care just melted away. Because I could see now that He did care. He cared so much that He was giving people one last chance to choose. This is the warning, Jesus said to me. 3 signs to prepare them for what comes next. After the 3rd sign, they have 72 hours. 72 hours for what? I asked. He didn't answer directly, but He showed me. I saw something that made me understand why He'd stopped my death, why He'd brought me here to witness this. A great sound like a trumpet, but deeper than any trumpet ever made. And then, people just started disappearing. Not everyone, not even most people, but millions of them all over the world just vanished in the space of a heartbeat. Gone from their clothes, from their cars, from wherever they were standing. Left behind were the clothes they'd been wearing and confused, crying people who couldn't understand what had just happened. The ones who vanished had something in common. Even from up there, I could see it. They all had this light around them, this peace on their faces, even in the split second before they disappeared. They were ready. They'd been waiting. The rapture, Jesus said, and His voice was sad. I wanted all of them to come, but not all will choose me. That's when the really hard part started. He showed me faces, individual people that I would need to find and warn. A drug dealer named Joshua who lived 3 blocks from my apartment. A woman named Patricia who worked in City Hall and took bribes. My own mother, Rosa, who I hadn't spoken to in 2 years after she chose her boyfriend over her family. But the worst part, the part that made me want to scream, was when He showed me one more face, my own. I was standing there in my apartment 3 days after the signs, watching the sky and waiting. But when the trumpet sounded, when everyone else disappeared, I was still there, still earthbound, still left behind. Why? I whispered. Why show me all this if I'm not going to be saved anyway? His answer broke my heart. Because you have a choice to make, Lena. You can accept my mercy now while there's still time, or you can try to earn it on your own. But earning it won't work. It never has.